Hey chat, how are you? Sigh. So, I've been sick this week, and let me tell you about it. I didn't go to work. I went to work. They were like, you should go home. I went home. I was at work for about 5 minutes on Wednesday. So, the weekend happened. Carolyn was sick. Not too bad, but she was under the weather. And then Monday, which was President's Day, I forget if it's Lincoln or Abraham or Washington or Chester A. Arthur, but it was one of the President's Days. Monday, we had off, but I started getting a really bad cough. Tuesday morning, the cough was gone, but I was not feeling good. So I called out, texted out, emailed out, both, just to make sure. Digital footprints, you know what I'm saying? But it was so bad that at around 2 p.m., I just went to bed and I was in the fetal position for about 3 hours. And Lennox, Luna, and Carolyn were living their life and hanging out and blah, blah, blah. But I was just sitting there thinking, this is terrible. Why won't this pain go away? But at 5 p.m., it let up, and I was like, okay, I'm back to being under the weather. Wednesday morning, got up, all intention to go to work. Got up 4:45, my normal time. Got dressed, made coffee, took out the trash, and I was like, I need to sit down. I was still hazy, my head's foggy, and I needed a rest, a little sweaty. So I was like, okay, I'm emailing / texting, calling out again. Took off my clothes, jump right back into bed with Carolyn. I said, honey, I called out. And she said, something to that effect. Thursday, hopped up out of bed, same around 4:45, and I thought, I'm going to work. So got dressed, coffee, although I drank a Rockstar because I haven't had an energy drink in a long time in the morning. But I felt like a rock star, so I drank a Rockstar. Was feeling okay, mid. And right when I started driving to work, I was like, my reaction time is slow. My synapses ain't firing on all cylinders. So I was like, this is going to be weird. But I did pluck my eyebrows. Gotta look good. Gotta look good for the boss. There's a couple thousand people where I work. I'm top 5, maybe top 3 best male eyebrows. I expect an award. Walked in looking like death warmed over, and right away my boss and my other boss, and then her underling, who was also my boss, she and he were like, you don't look good. You should go to bed, or you should go home. And I was like, but you guys need my help. And I was about to start talking to the underling boss, second in command, I guess, telling him, physically, I'm not 100%, little hazy up in the noggin area, in the cerebrum. But can you put me on light detail, half duty, as it were? But I didn't even get that far. He said, Vince, if you're sick, go home, because I don't want to get sick, and I don't want to get my baby sick. And I thought, oh, you're bringing kids into this. You're bringing the kids into this. What are you, a politician? So once your boss and your other boss tell you, you should probably go home a few times in the course of a few minutes, I was like, no worries, I'll go home. Part of me, I don't think that they think I was faking it. Hi, Frankie. But there was always that in my mind, and I've been there 10-ish months. Haven't called out sick once. I've taken time off, but it's always the formal process, filling out a form well in advance. I want this date off. But I have not called in sick. And in the beginning of my tenure, I joked, I never call in sick. I never get sick. Wow, that went over really well. I lied. People died. So I was like, no worries. I'll head home. But they just said, we'll be here. And the job will be here. But we don't want you to get us sick. And essentially. And I get it. I get it. But I could tell they were hecka backed up with work. And I said, but you guys have so much work to do. And boss number one said, it'll be here when you get back. And I thought, oh, okay. And then boss number two said, there'll be more. And I said, oh, okay. Oh, suddenly I've taken a turn for the worse. Friday morning, I broke through. I broke through the mucus, almost out of the woods. I'm not 100% right now, but I'm getting better by the hour. I'm probably 80, 85%, maybe 90. But I do feel better as the day progresses. So I did text in / called out / whatever this morning. And they understood. They get it. See, I still have a sniffle. I still have the mucus, the phlegm, as my mom used to say. The phlegm van. But I do feel light years better than yesterday. And throughout the week, I don't know what I was thinking going into work on Thursday. I think a part of me was like, you see how sick I am? It's 40 degrees outside and I'm sweating. But that's it. I texted this morning. I said I should be good by Monday, which I wholeheartedly believe. I do miss my friends at work, and I know because we're hecka short-staffed. As recently as a few months ago, we had 7 people, and now we're down to 4, and we're trying to hire others. But with me out, down to 3, it's getting a little rough out there. So I feel bad, but my health took a precedent. I have no idea what I caught. It came out of nowhere. Like I said, Carolyn's been sick, but it was like I was walking on a train track and just a freaking locomotive just blindsided me out of nowhere. And I was just, bam, on my ass. I've no idea. Did I have COVID? Did I have the flu? Did I have bronchitis? Did I have gonorrhea? I don't know. But it definitely did a number on me. This is unprecedented. I've never missed a week of work. Now, it was 4 days because of the president's holiday. But even Monday, I was sick. So being out a whole week, I have no idea what the heck I have. But I'm on the better side of it. I'm on the come up. I'm having my glow up. I'm on the mend, as they say. But I do feel bad because I have a good work ethic, because I like my job for the most part. But Grandma Tien instilled this nose to the grind work ethic in me. So it's her fault. I showed up sick to work on Thursday. So Wednesday, I needed medicine. We had Dayquil, but we were a little low on Dayquil. So I load up Walmart.com and I'm ordering the Equate Dayquil. The Equate is Walmart's in-house generic off-brand brand for first aid medicine, stuff like that. So I load up the cart with the Equate Dayquil, the Equate Mucinix, the real brand Alka-Seltzer Plus, because it came with $3 in Walmart cash, putting it at virtually the same price as the Equate Alka-Seltzer Plus. I had some oranges in there, some cuties, but so Walmart has, they ship stuff to you from a warehouse somewhere in West Sacramento or Sacramento. Oftentimes it comes day of or next day. But they also have delivery to store. And when it's delivery to store, they outsource the driver. It's a contracted driver. I don't know. But there's a tip involved. And no, you don't have to tip, but it pops up with the tip option. And I like that the default is 10%. So all this medicine stuff, it was coming from the store. So the tip option popped up, and it was about a little over $50 worth in medicine and oranges, vitamin C, if you will. So they suggested $5 in change for tip. And on Wednesday, I was like, hell no, I ain't paying no tip. But Thursday, I was like, okay, I'm paying a tip. I don't care what it costs. I'll pay $5 for a gentleman to come over here and deliver all these products. Carolyn was home Thursday. That's her work from home day. So she had to go sign for the order and present her ID because there were medications involved. But yeah, I've been housing Equate and Alka-Seltzer Plus, Equate Dayquil, Equate Mucinex, and Alka-Seltzer Plus, timing it relatively smartly, and then taking vitamin D, vitamin C, and zinc. And like I said, I'm almost through this. We're going to make it together. I've been sweating a lot. So like in the middle of the week, on Monday, I just start sweating. I'm like, oh, I'm breaking a fever, sweat a fever, starve a cold or whatever. I'm like, okay, I'm about to get through this. This is fine. I'll sweat. I'll sweat like the Dickens for 5 to 10 minutes, whatever. But I was still under the weather after sweating. And so I would just start sweating randomly. And each time throughout the week, and each time I'd be like, okay, this is it. Let me sweat this all out, sweat the demons out, and then I'll be fine. It did not work like that. So I had bouts of sweating fits. Even this morning, I was sweating in bed. So I'm like trying to keep a blanket over myself because it's cold, but I'm hot and sweating. So I want to take the blanket off. It never ends. We're almost through this. We gonna get through this, America. I've been texting Carolyn from bed. Bring me sustenance, woman. Bring me medication. Bring me water, please, please, please. Via our telephones. But I thought I should have a bell or a rattle. The death rattle from my death bed. The death rattle from my death bed. I've been referring our bedroom as my deathbed all week, just to poke some fun little humor into the sitch. The worst thing about this is that I ain't lifted all week. Okay? No, wait, that's a lie. I ain't lifted in 3 days. I want to today. It's going to be light. It's going to be easy. I don't want to push myself. The last time I lifted was Tuesday, but I want to get in the gym today. But without lifting, who am I really? I hate when people say this. Oh yeah, something's going around. Oh, it's really bad. But something is going around. And this is based off anecdotal evidence. A couple of my Facebook friends, they're not really my friends. I've noticed a couple of Facebook friends who whine on Facebook about being sick. Who are these people? Yeah, take a picture of all your medicine. That's premium content. That's what I want to look at. You should do a podcast about being sick. That's where the genius content creation is. But I have noticed a few people who have gotten sick recently, flu, whatever, cold, COVID, I have no idea. But it's lasted over a week, almost 2 weeks. So, as much as I hate to say this, something is going around. It's bad. So be kind to yourselves. Be safe out there. There's so much mucus coming from my nose. It's emanating right now. I had no idea. I have so much liquid from my nariz. That's nose in Spanish. From my nostrils. It just doesn't stop. And I try to wipe it on. Maybe I tried to wipe it on our bed sheet. And maybe Carolyn is going to be mad that there's white stains on our bed sheet. It's just one or two. But I was just in the position of, I'd be laying on my stomach, which is how I like to sleep, and mucus would be dripping out, pouring out like a faucet. Okay, let me try to lay on my back. Oh, now the mucus, the phlegm is catching the back of my throat. So here comes my horrible cough. It just never ends. I stopped showering. I've showered once this week. Okay, it's when I got home from work for my 5-minute workday. And it's really been hard, but I've been doing anything. I've had 2 positions all week, either the bed or the couch. And laying in bed, praying to God, let it end the madness now. And then I'm like, I should sit up and hang out on the couch. So I walk out to the living room, I sit up on the sofa, and Carolyn and Lennox and Luna are doing whatever they're doing, yapping away. And I can't contribute anything to the conversation because I'm just sitting there in a complete fog, a brain fog. But after about 10 minutes, I'd be like, okay, it's time to go back to bed. It's been a terrible, terrible week. But today, I'm home alone. Carolyn went to work. The kids are at school. They've been sick too. Carolyn stayed home a day. She worked from home 2 days also. So it's been a patchwork this week. The one thing consistently, I've always been home this entire week. But Carolyn stepped up. She's taken care of the homestead. But today, it's my bachelor day. I'm single. I'm ready to party. And I'm going to pig out and watch some pornography. Just kidding. I've been doing stuff today. Like I said, I feel better. I wouldn't say great, but I feel decent. I did Frankie's hungry, people.
And oop.
Sorry about my nose sniffs. Disgusting. Anyways, so I've been doing stuff. I took out the trash, did Frankie's litter. I did a couple returns. Amazon returns at the UPS store. By the way, the self-service station, which I prefer now, you scan your little QR code and they say, take a bag and place your return in the bag. And they have a couple bags, large and small. I just needed a small, which is about the size of the produce bag at the supermarket. And then they print you out a little sticker and they say, seal the produce bag with this little sticker we just printed out. It's like, boop. So it's self-service. You do it all yourself, but I didn't have to wait in line like you losers. Am I right? And then I returned a toilet seat to Walmart. That's a whole thing I'll get into next pod. And that's it. Frankie is bugging the heck out of me. I gotta feed him. I think that's it. So I should be 100% on Monday at work, ready to contribute to my friends and help them out at my place of employment. Okay, Frankie's scratching something. I gotta go. Peace out, boss.